Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. It's finished at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's finished Tottenham 1, Manchester United 3. Jose Mourinho has been given an ale roasting by Mason Greenwood. Jose is a disgrace of English football. Son, you may need to man the fuck up. Literally. That was not a foul. That's coming from a referee. So get up and deal with it. But United have come through that. But we'll get into all of that. Make sure that you have liked the video. You are subscribed to the channel with notifications on. How are we all doing, boys?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
Well, we'll start in the first half. Like we'll go through this realistically. So first big talking point, was that a foul by McTominay on Heung-min Son?
All I'm going to say is, look, simple as this. I don't know who's telling Tottenham fans to like be actors anymore. Because let's be honest, bloody Lamella did it to us when like Martial gave him the 1-2. You know what I mean? Simple as that. So I think these Tottenham players need to grow a pair of balls and prove that they actually meant to be fair. Because like let's be honest, in that performance, that's absolutely dreadful. To the fact that he went down just to a little tap. Like, come on, it's simple as this, lads. United, thank God they won. But at the same time, when Son scored that goal, I was just like, yeah, you're a cheating bastard.
Did you see Ollie's face? Fucking hell! I've never seen Ollie look so pissed than I did in that first half. He was raging. Yeah. But Matt, first half, obviously, was that? There's no way that is a foul, is it?
No, definitely no. It's like natural. He put his hand out. It wasn't intentional, right? They even said it wasn't intentional. So I don't know why it was given as a foul. We should have won that 4-1, but it doesn't really make a difference in the grand scheme of things because they're still shy and not getting top 4 anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's 3 points. Obviously, Harry Kane has apparently said that if Tottenham don't get top 4, he's off. United looking for a striker. I mean, really? I mean, that could be quite entertaining. But Pence, what about you? We'll start with the foul. There is no way on that planet that's a foul, right?
No. If that is going to start being regularly considered a foul, I'm off, guys. I'm off. I'm gonna start watching, some rugby or something. I don't even know, man. Like I'm gonna start watching something where there's some sort of contact. I mean, Jesus, I've seen more contact on the golf course. I mean, come on, it's a joke. It's a joke.
I've seen more contact in a ballet, but obviously, Kenny, you've changed your name to Have That You Cheat. So I have a feeling I know where you stand on the foul.
I mean, the referee might as well have been singing, "Oh, when the Spurs go marching in the."
Yeah, I totally agree. Another performance from United, another first half of, I don't even know what to call that. Slow passing, no movement, just diabolical performance, really. Then in the second half, Wan-Bissaka, fucking Fred.
Yeah, I was exactly like that, yeah.
Like where the hell did that performance, where did that performance from Fred come from? I don't think I've ever...
Apparently, what I heard was he apparently looked at his passport, he realized he's Brazilian, and he's like, oh shit, I have to do this job. All right, let me just score today. He just woke up from realization that he's a Brazilian.
Wait, it's not just a goal. Is all round play in the second half was world class.
Did Ollie just inject him with those inhalers that Souls apparently said Liverpool were using?
What Ollie did was he put a Brazilian flag above Fred's bed, so when he woke up in the morning, the first thing he'd see is a big Brazilian flag, just so he'd keep it in his head. Hey, I'm in the same blood as Neymar, so we got
simple as that, yeah.
A top class performance, but it really turned on when Mason Greenwood, by far my most favourite player in English football, in the world, right? That his ceiling is going to be very high, and he's a top player. But RJ, mate, Mason Greenwood, like that boy, he is slowly starting to really hit some fire now, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's simple as this. I think, especially in the under 23s, under 21s, whatever it was, and for England, I mean, when he got kicked out, that team really lost a lot of firepower, and especially in the goal sense. To be fair, that's
You're
kind of
fucking telling me.
yeah.
I
So, like,
fucking
you know,
watched all three of them. Fucking horrific.
unlucky for you. Anyway, we won't talk about Ireland's one, to be fair. But anyway, so yeah, look, in general, Greenwood has a lot of potential in him. He's one of a kind. Let's be honest. I mean, the guy is 2-footed. He can shoot on left or right. He's probably great skills on him. And that last goal, I mean, just sums up literally when I saw Pogba give him the ball, I was just like, all right, this is 3-1, boys. Let's go with the dub. But yeah, no, performance-wise, he came on. He brought so much energy onto that pitch. Rashford, like I said, he's walking on a thin rope, if you know what I mean. Pretty much, he's like Rashford needs to get that surgery, I think, and we get the good old Rashford that we know and love. To be fair, when he comes back from that surgery. But no, overall, Greenwood, fair play to him. Great performance. Cavani, great performance, and yeah, screw you Spurs. Get down go down to your own level with Arsenal. Down at 11, Void, don't you?
But Matt, what a performance from Greenwood coming on. Like that really, you were good in the second half. You were really starting to hit the pace. But then when Greenwood come on, it was at that point I was like, oh, United really could go for this. How good was his sort of impact?
Definitely man of the match. He's put in loads of crosses like that this season. People just look at the stats because the strikers aren't finishing them off. But he's put in loads like that. And they're really good balls as well. And then the goal as well, that was class. So, yeah, he should be starting. He should be a regular starter now. He shouldn't be coming off the bench.
Right. Yeah, I think he is probably rested because let's be real, he's probably going to be playing against Granada. He's played a lot of minutes recently for Ollie. Ollie clearly trusts him because Ollie's been putting him up as the number 9 when Cavani's been rested. No Martial, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for United. I don't mean to diss him, but I don't know if not being able to pick Martial is possibly a positive. But Pence, that impact from Greenwood when he came on, it was electric.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I think Rashford, when he was on, obviously that was the like for like sub. When Rashford was on, he was making runs, but he just seemed like he was a bit off it. He's battling the injury. And I feel like when Greenwood came on, it was that injection of pace, energy, movement, running. And it's not like Rashford didn't offer that, but it's just Greenwood was really direct with his play today. And he got on and was not messing around at all. I mean, that ball that he played into Cavani for the second goal, I mean, when's the last time you've seen conviction like that out of one of our attackers? I mean, he knew immediately what he wanted to do. He took that ball right off Bruno's foot and said, yeah, I'll take that, and smashed into Cavani. But I mean, it was nice. It was refreshing. He came on and it seemed like he had a bit of a point to prove today. And it was one of those where at the end of the game, he could have, he was in a spot at the top of the box when he got the ball, and he could have kind of just dribbled to the corner with, minutes left in the game, a couple of seconds left in the game, whatever. Took a couple of step overs, put it on his right foot and smashed it home. I mean, that's the conviction that we need out of our attackers. And I tell you, I'd like to see him play as a number 9, but Cavani played very well today. So,
yeah.
Well, I think it's a lot of rotation between Cavani and Greenwood for the rest of the season. I mean, lots of games coming up. No Martial, so they are really your 2 strikers. But look, when they were on the pitch together, they cleared. Greenwood has clearly been learning from Cavani. That's just a fact,
right?
Because you look at Greenwood's goal against Brighton. That was such a Cavani style goal. Sort of like, I'm going to header that into the goal. It will be scrappy, but it's a striker's goal. Big up to Greenwood for his impact. But Kenny, what about you? Greenwood's impact was absolutely incredible, wasn't it?
Greenwood, yeah. What I play every time I see him, yeah, especially on this form, he just gets better and better and better, and he is absolutely amazing. Especially I think he's 19, isn't he? He was on another level when he came on today. Rashford, I think he's carrying an injury, isn't he? He wasn't good.
Yeah.
Bruno just changed the game. He got a goal and an assist in like half an hour. He was immense today. He's definitely if he played the entire game, he probably would be a contender for man of the match. It was that good.
When we come to man of the matches, I make no.
Yeah, I think he still is in that argument. I think it's not.
I think I'm giving it to him. Everyone knows I love Mason Greenwood, and the best bit is he's English, and I am not. I couldn't be more happier. People call me a United fan. No, I'm just purely a Greenwood fan, really. I absolutely love the kid. It's why I put in the group chat Ollie out at the start of the game when Greenwood was on the bench. I was raging. I was beyond raging. I could not control myself. A couple of comments. Catal, where the fuck is it? I mean, it was a good game. Mourinho is football's Antichrist legend. I had a mind block. I was like, Christ, you're using big words for me today. Antichrist legend. Son deserves Best Actor Academy Award, more consistent acting performances and attacking performances. Big up to RJ. Why are you giving all the credit to Greenwood? I'm not.
Go on, assist.
When we play you, just remember Greenwood.
No, but to be fair, we have to give like Cavani a lot of credit. I mean, he did save us in that. Pogba, like the corner to Spurs.
We'll be getting to that.
I know.
We'll be getting to that, but I can't exactly go, oh, what a credit, and then just spout out 5 different names and then try and talk about 5 different subjects. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not quite that good, RJ. But Greenwood, definitely the impact that United needed. No cards for Aurier, shocking. Yeah, I mean, that's shocking. DC aggregate 7-4 Spurs. I don't think it really matters. United are second in the league. Could potentially be chasing City down. We'll be talking about that in a bit. And
let's go.
Arsenal over Spurs. At least Arsenal have trophies. This is very true. Although we mustn't disrespect Spurs, they do have the Audi Cup, which I believe is the most prestigious trophy that they've ever won. But yeah, we've got to talk about Cavani. So important, both attacking and defensively. Saved you a goal. RJ, start us off with Cavani.
I mean, yeah, look, I've had loads of criticism to Cavani. I mean, the man, yes, he's been injured for quite a bit this season. He has been gone where we need him a lot, to be fair. But he showed up today, and that's the main thing. You know, we are. I still believe this title race is still on. You know, it was never dead, really, to be fair. But I always believe that, you know, he hit onto the last game of the season. That's how it always went. But no, about Cavani, like I said, good performance today. Like I said, both attacking and defensive. First goal, he should have counted. We all can agree on that. Like, I mean, even I say, if any Spurs fan don't like, if they say that, oh no, it was a foul, like, get out of here, will you? But no, in general, like I said, Cavani, unbelievable performance. For me, he was my man of the match. Yeah, fair play to him. Comes back with a bang, to be fair. Martial gone, but yeah, he's put in the performances. And if he does go in the summer, good riddance, and thank you so much for everything you've done for us. But hopefully we can keep for one more season.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Matt, what about you, mate? Cavani's performance.
He had a really good game today, but I still wouldn't keep him for next season. He's just too old, I think, and there's no point if he doesn't want to be here as well. There's no point keeping him. I would just try and sign a strike. Try to get Kane. Might as well try to get Kane next season if we can.
There are talks that if Spurs don't get top 4, he's gone. To be fair, for me, for Harry Kane to be classed as one of the greatest strikers of all time in the Premier League, he has to win trophies. And to put it as bluntly as possible, you're not doing that at Spurs. But
Jose Mourinho in charge.
Well, especially a Jose Mourinho in charge. But Pence, mate, what about Cavani's performance? Such an experienced performance from him.
Yeah, it was today was the clinical striker performance that we've been lacking in recent seasons. There's just all in all a clinical performance. But the problem that I have with Cavani, I love Cavani. Don't get me wrong, but the problem I have with games like today is he's not doing it game in, game out. He's putting up fantastic performances in a big game where it matters. But then there's other games, I can't think of one off the top of my head. There was one within the past 2 months where he went entirely missing. And I was like, I didn't even know he was on the pitch. So there's times where we need a striker like that, but we need more consistent performances. If we can get him playing like this, I have no issue signing him on for another year. No issue, but we need to get more consistent performances like this. This right here makes him, if he gets these kind of performances in 25 out of the 38 Premier League games, that puts him at a 50 million plus price tag, even at his current age.
Yeah, no, I'd agree, and as I've mentioned this before, his mentoring for Greenwood is so important and vital as well.
Yeah.
Especially for the long term, because there's no doubt that Greenwood is your new number 9 going forward in terms of in the future, and just learning off Cavani is so vital to his development.
Yeah.
And if you can pick up Sancho,
I worry that we won't get Sancho now because we've just been like, we have games like this against Spurs where Greenwood comes out and plays on the right, gets a goal and an assist, and the board who aren't football people.
Ollie. Yeah, but they've changed that. Ollie is determined.
Yeah,
to have Greenwood as his number 9.
What happens? Just worries me. It just worries me that they'll look at that and say,
yeah.
I go and assist off the right wing. Like, why we go spend 100 million on Sancho?
I totally agree with your thinking, but apparently, and I heard this on another channel who spoke to a German agent. Apparently, United they're ready. They want Sancho. They're just waiting for the price. They're expecting the price to be around about 70 to 80 million, which is why United are like, we'll have that. So apparently, United are definitely Ollie's picked out the right wing and centre back and DM as your 3 most needed places, which I think is actually what everyone is saying. If you can have Rashford, Greenwood, and Sancho as a top 3 for 5-6 years, oh my god!
Liverpool will be crying, lads, and that's like how
sort out a centre back who can run, and you're onto something there. But Kenny, what about you, mate? Cavani's performance?
Cavani was absolutely immense today, and I think I'm conflicted on whether he's man of the match or not, because him and Pogba were both absolutely immense today. I probably would give it to Cavani, because Cavani did end up getting the second goal and also saved us from conceding from that corner. He was just on a different level today. He really proved himself, and I don't think if Martial had started, I don't think we would have won that game. What a performance, man! Absolutely. Imagine if we do get into a title race, I'm gonna remember that performance. Multiple performances from Cavani. He's been great this season when he has played.
Yeah, I remember when you signed Cavani and everyone was laughing, going, "You've just signed someone with a Zimmer fame. Oh, what a pointless transfer. You have no ambition, and man has done more than you can imagine for United." And as I keep saying, for Greenwood as well. I don't think we see this type of Greenwood if you didn't have Cavani, because who's teaching Greenwood? What, Martial? I'll take, or maybe it's a mixture between Ollie and Cavani that's really helping Greenwood, and this is why I say people want Ollie out when Ollie can help Greenwood. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm down with that.
I think Rashford as well definitely has a big impact. To be fair, I mean,
but Rashford's more of an inside forward. It will be that striker instinct that Ollie and Cavani can both teach him. Rashford doesn't have that striker instinct. He just doesn't. What he has is he's one of the best left wingers in the country. He's so good in that respect. But we do have to talk Pogba. What a performance!
Insane.
Like he loves big matches. That man.
No. He loves playing against Jose. Not big matches. He loves playing against Jose.
All we got to do just write down like every manager in the Premier League that's like not playing for Man United. Just put them like Jose Mourinho's just manage them. Pogba will be a sensational player, lads. I'm just telling you, literally.
Yeah, but it's all big games, because you look at when you faced AC Milan, who turned up? Pogba. Like there's something about a big game and Pogba that's just like, I'll do it. And to be fair, he did sort of mess up a little bit, trying to overcomplicate that. You know, when Shaw hit that beautiful cross to Bruno sort of hit it into the ground, and Pogba just has to cipher it into the bottom corner, and he tries doing something fancy and all that. But we won't look at the negatives of Pogba. There weren't many, if I'm being honest. Very positive performance, wasn't it?
100%. I mean, a happy Pogba is a happy United. That's how I like to say it. To be fair, you know, if we can keep him at the club next season, and look, I do fear for Donny, because obviously I do think, you know, he doesn't need game time, and believe me, I would love to have him in our team, but we need a CDM, and if we can get a CDM with Pogba, Bruno, and Donny to be that player.
Well,
that
it's
comes
like what
on.
we played today. We played kind of like that. It wasn't quite the traditional diamond, but it was more of a free flowing, kind of midfield structure. But
Oh yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you could easily say we have we played McFred today. Say we but we bench McFred and we get a true DM in there like Declan Rice. That frees up another midfield spot where someone like Donnie can come in and play.
Yeah.
How good would that midfield be?
Well, what I was thinking was you would have a DM with Pogba and Bruno in midfield, with Sancho on the right, Greenwood up top, Rashford on the left. I mean, I can't think of a more scary attack in the league, if I'm being brutally honest.
Right.
I think that they could do either way, and I think that's going to be very interesting next season. If they do get a right mid, right? Let's say they get Sancho, right? They can use that with both formations. Say if Sancho or Rashford, Rashford will probably be out for the start of next season, right? With the surgery, right? Because if he goes to Europe, if he goes to the Euros with England, which is probably more than likely.
If he's carrying an injury, I doubt he'll be going. If he's got surgery booked, he ain't going Euros, mate. Ollie won't let him.
Gareth Southgate is just, he's definitely
and
Ollie will be desperate.
Southgate's pissed off Ollie a few too many times already, so I can just imagine Ollie going, "Oh, you want Marcus? I'm so sorry. He's booked him for surgery on the exact same day that you want him. Please go fuck yourself." But Matt, what's your thoughts on that Pogba performance?
It was a really good performance from Pogba, and I think we should try everything we can to keep them and try and convince him to change his agent as well, because agent is a wonder.
100%.
So yeah, we need to try and keep up to as much as we can, keep him happy. And I think he is happy now because he sees Bruno's performing. He's seeing everything going.
The other thing is, why would he leave? If he looks around him, he's got Greenwood, Rashford, Bruno. Shaw's in the best form of his life.
Luke Shaw's.
If you get a deal in the centre back and Sancho, Pogba's going to be like, we can win the league.
He won't want to go to these clubs.
Well, I think that could be one of the things that has to do with this summer is, they could sit down with Pogba and say, look, we go and get Sancho, a DM, and a center back and improve the squad. What's it going to take to sign you to a new contract? And, I don't think we should base decisions off getting him to sign a new contract because obviously no player is bigger than the club and the future of the club. But if we can sit down and say, we're bringing in Sancho, we got that deal done, we're just waiting to wire transfer the money over. And Declan Rice and Lingard, we're going to work out something there to get Declan Rice in the team. And then, we go and get whoever is it, Koundé from Sevilla. If we end up getting him in, then there you go. There's a center back, center defensive mid, and a right winger. We filled all three gaps in the team that we need. I don't know what else he could ask for, to be honest.
I'm afraid it won't be Koundé because that doesn't fit Harry Maguire's Brexit strategy.
Right.
It must be English speaking centre back.
We were looking at was that Paul Torres?
You're also looking at Ben White, Paul Torres from. Oh, where's he?
Somewhere in La Liga. I don't know what. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I know it's one of La Liga clubs, but you're also looking at Ben White now. Ben White's one of the up and coming centre backs that's going to be really, really big. I think he's going to go places. He's also quick and he does speak English, and that fits Maguire's standards.
Well, that's the thing. I rate Koundé though. To be honest, he's not exactly the biggest presence, but he's quick. He is quick around the pitch.
You just have to convince Maguire that he can speak English.
Well, the thing is, Maguire, in my opinion, still got some convincing to do that he should be even in the team next season. So, I mean, I don't know if he should be the one that's calling the shots, to be fair. He in all fairness, though, we've discussed this. I think I said it last time I was on. We discussed it, and I think Maguire's having to carry the slack of having Lindelof next to him. There's that. Lancey saying David Sullivan has said no to a swap deal with Lingard and Rice. Well, it wouldn't just be a straight swap, mate. It would be a swap plus cash.
At
this rate, they're going to have to
Moisey. He means Moise.
David Sullivan is the owner or co-owner of West Ham United. But yeah, it wouldn't just be a swap deal. It would be a swap deal with a bit of cash going to West Ham as well. And Sullivan and that probably look at Lingard and go, screw it, we'll just take, because you're losing Declan Rice anyway. Someone will snap him up.
They said they don't want to get rid of him this summer. They said they're not going to be forced into doing any business with him this summer. I saw a thing. I don't know who was from. But.
Yeah, no, I know. But there's always that talk, and unfortunately, in the footballing world, money talks. Right, money talks a lot.
Yeah, but at that rate, but like if they don't want to sell him, then we won't give him back Lingard. So like they're going to need a cam that was just as good as Lingard. And let's be honest,
but you can knock off easily 30 to 35 million off that price with Lingard.
Well, imagine Lingard gets them Champions League. They are in a top 4 race. Imagine Jesse Lingard goes in and gets them top 4 race. How do they not bring him back?
That'll be 50 million. I'd say if they get because he's the reason. But he's the reason. Like before that, they weren't even contention. Like in January, I swear they were like 8th or 9th or something like that, which was technically very good. They were good for right now, but like
a comment from Nancy: any deal that involves Rice and Lingard, he's not doing. If a bit of money's chucked in there, he will do it. Trust me, because Lingard has been so vital to West Ham. Obviously, Declan Rice. I don't want to say Declan Rice is replaceable because obviously he's a top player. Lingard for you is sort of irreplaceable because he's at that age where he's hitting the prime of his career. And if you can have that prime, if you can have prime Lingard at West Ham, that takes you places. You've got Souček. Getting another partner for Souček will be easier than trying to replace a prime Jesse Lingard that's doing bits for your club. So he might want to reconsider and have a little think about that. That is true.
Just about the next comment, can I just give a?
It gives him an extra creativity.
I mean, look, Lancey's next comment saying they were 4th in January. I mean, look, do you really think Benrahma is going to win you those games, especially
No,
I think there's a
lot of excitement within West Ham, and rightly so. They've had a great season. But I want to talk Dean Henderson now. I know RJ don't like him because he's English, and
oh my gosh, shut up about that.
RJ is English.
I don't want this team to be called Brexit FC. Literally, there's already
RJ and his Englishism is a major problem. But Ollie's clearly picked his number 1, right? That for me is clear. Tottenham was a big game for United. De Gea sat on the bench. De Gea played in the Europa League. RJ, we'll start with you. Ollie has chosen his number 1. He won't obviously say that because it loses sell-on value for De Gea. But how confident and how comfortable are you with Dean Henderson making a couple of good, important saves for United today?
No, I'll be honest. He did have a good performance today, and to be fair, it was a tough side for Spurs. But I think it's pretty smart what Ollie does. To be fair, because let's be honest, especially when it goes to semi-finals, United have a tendency of getting out. So if we have to have De Gea in goals, especially against a team like Roma or Ajax, that's good for United. And maybe you can say Henderson's first keeper, but we'll see how it goes at the end of the season. But right now. But the reason why he's playing, why Henderson's not playing cup ties is because they had to go out for a month, right? So Dean Henderson had a whole month to himself. And why would you change a keeper who's on form in the?
Of course.
That's the reason, but we'll have to wait for these choices.
I totally agree with you, but I think a lot of people have said that it was whoever was goalkeeper today that says it, and I think Ollie is really looking at the future for United. And I said this in the United show that I think De Gea just needs a fresh change. I think he just needs a new environment, and that's no disrespect to him. He's still a quality keeper, but sometimes you just need that fresh environment. It's like if you get stuck in a job for 9-10 years, you want a new change, want a new challenge. I think that's what De Gea is sort of going through, possibly. But maybe Dean Henderson taking the number 1 spot at the moment might be that new challenge that De Gea needed. But Matt, what's your thoughts on Ollie picking Henderson as his number 1 at the moment?
I completely agree with it because I think the people who want De Gea being number 1 are just being sentimental because logically Dean Henderson is a better. He's been better the past few seasons, and there's no denying that. No,
RJ, you are being very sentimental according to Matthew.
You are, because you're just thinking of what he's done in the past for us. But
Dean
still, Henderson's been better.
He's still doing it in the past, yeah. Like really, let's be honest, right?
Yeah, he done it in the past.
But he still has a lot to learn, Dean Henderson, right? He still does have a lot to learn.
He still has a lot to learn, but he's doing better than De Gea is doing, and De Gea's meant to be in his prime, and De Gea's still making
because bloody Maguire doesn't talk to people who doesn't speak English as their number 1 language. Come on, do you really think that's
You're blaming Maguire for
to be fair, that could be a reason why Henderson's been put in. It does fit Harry Maguire's. It does fit Maguire's Brexit strategy. That is
you'd probably say like David Hay goes like Vamonos and then Maguire goes, wait, what are you saying, mate? I don't understand you. Like seriously, it's simple as this.
Also,
right?
De Gea's been in England for about 9-10 years.
I know.
Now, so I'm sure he's fluent in the English language.
He probably has a Manc accent as well. So.
Or he can probably shout "dickhead, leave the ball for me," which is probably how he refers to Maguire.
You could hear Henderson shouting a lot today as well, just because De Gea doesn't usually shout as much.
Yeah.
He's like
Look, every keeper has different ways of doing things, and I think that is the way. But Pence, what's your thoughts? I think you're swaying more to De Gea, but it looks like Ollie's made his choice.
So for me personally, I like De Gea more than Dean Henderson. I have always stood by De Gea, and I will until the day he leaves the club. But I think at the current point in time, I think they are even gets as far as form, as far as ability at the current point in time. I think they are dead even, and I think with De Gea going out for the month that he was out, obviously you can't fault him for that. It's just how life goes. But it's one of those things where Dino gets his chance. And it's not like he didn't, he made the one mistake against AC Milan, and that was it. But he's done, other than that, he's done well. So it wouldn't exactly be fair to him if he came back and was taken out immediately. Like, obviously, it's not fair to De Gea, but it's also not fair to Dino. So, really, which way do you want to go with it? I think either one that we put in, I'm confident with. I'm starting to get more and more confident with Henderson and net. Today I was a bit nervous, but he made two saves that were routine saves, but they were still big saves. They're straight at him, and if they are goals, then he gets slandered, and De Gea probably starts the next run of games. But I have no issue with the rotation. I just think right now, just keep rotating, keep resting, because obviously we've got international tournaments coming up this summer, and we don't want to keep getting players injured because obviously we're running someone like Rashford into the ground. Obviously, field player to goalkeeper different, but same premise.
It's a huge end to the season coming for United as well. Still huge favourites for Europa League. Could potentially try and snatch a title off City if they've got a tough run in. They've still got to play Chelsea.
Yeah, I was talking about this on stream last night. I'm like, look, this is the exact same situation that we were back in 2011, whatever the season was, when Aguero scored that goal. We're not exactly. It's the exact same thing. 6 games left. We're a game, obviously. We have a game in hand, but we get that game in hand. The gap's 8 points. Is it?
Yeah, same, exactly the same as it was for City, and I've been teasing it. Could you imagine the commentators going, Bruno, Greenwood? Oh my god! I've already said that the group chat would have me full on orgasming in there because I absolutely love Greenwood.
All I will say,
if Greenwood could win the Premier League title for Manchester United, oh my days, that boy would. I think he would just get knighted straight away, wouldn't he?
Why not? I mean, one thing I don't understand is is that why United fans not believing. I mean, look, sure, it's a very unlikely chance the City will drop points, but at least believe in your team. I mean, look, I was called stupid by I say it was like Dom doesn't even believe. I mean, I don't blame him because Dom is Dom, and we love him just the way he is.
I can't blame United fans from being a bit apprehensive at least.
You have to be a bit
it's not over till it's over. It's not over till it's over.
That's exactly. Yeah, it's not over till the last game, the last whistle is blown. Do you mean?
It's not over until the fat lady's singing, and I think Ollie shoved the fat lady in a cupboard. If I'm being brutally honest, he shoved her in a cupboard, locked the door, and gone, "You ain't singing."
Because the thing is, if you really look at Man City's fixtures, I mean, they're still in the 4 competitions, right? They have Borussia Dortmund in during the week, right? Which pretty much I think they're going to lose because
I think they will. I think Dortmund absolutely pull the upset of.
I think Erling Haaland's going to score.
They've got Chelsea in the FA. They've got Chelsea in the FA Cup. They've also got Chelsea in the league. They've also got Brighton
who are
Palace.
Palace will take off. Like I said, this is kind of like the 13-14 season with Liverpool. They had I think it was 9 points, 4 games left, and they bottled it. I can see this happening, boys. I'm sorry. It's simple as this, lads.
No,
Football
no,
and
What have I
that's
said?
at the end,
And-
at
and
the
this
end of the
year's
day,
special.
having the confidence is absolutely fair. I
Yeah,
understand
no,
it. Like I totally get
but
it.
Not just that,
There's
but
been
not just that,
crazier
right?
things.
No, but you know what's
Of
funny?
course.
It's 21 and 21. It's written in the stars. Tiny Tempa sang this song many years ago. It's happening, boys. I'm telling you. Maybe I might look stupid when it doesn't happen.
There is
I'm telling
an awful lot of confidence there. But Kenny, what's your thoughts on Henderson?
Henderson, he made quite a few really good saves, and I don't know if you could hear it, but I could hear like him like commanding the centre backs a bit. I remember once he said, "Go up the pitch." He was really good today, and I think he's kind of like edited in a way where he's just really, really calm on the ball, and he just makes me really, really calm. Much calmer than with De Gea, and there's no disrespect to De Gea. I know I said he was better a few weeks ago, but since then, Dean Henderson had more of a run of games, and I think Dean Henderson right now is better than De Gea. It is quite close, but the only thing about De Gea is that he doesn't fill me with as much confidence anymore. And Dean Henderson just sometimes when he went off his line, that those times were great. I don't think De Gea would have gone off his line to when he cleared it. He was great today. And also on the other thing you were on about City, they've got Villa, Palace, Chelsea, Newcastle could be fighting for their lives. Brighton could be high on confidence, and Everton at home. It's not an easy running for them. So we just have to win our game.
Chelsea
and you do look at Newcastle. I mean, Alan St. Maximin's back, and he's back and better.
No, I look at Villa and Chelsea and go, that's tough.
But like, I'd say Newcastle can easily take points off them if Alan St. Maximin is fit.
Newcastle are such an up and down side. It really depends on.
I understand, but like I said,
it depends on what side of the bed they wake up on.
Yeah,
I understand.
One minute Newcastle can be absolutely brilliant. Next minute they can be an utter pile of shit. Newcastle are the definition of inconsistent bullshit. But a couple of comments here. Dean Henderson, man of match in my opinion, as a neutral. Look, there were so many good performances. Kenny, I'm talking. So many sort of good performances. Sergio Reguilón, disaster class. Son didn't help him at all.
That's very Spanish.
Son didn't help him at all. That was one that Wan-Bissaka was getting a lot of sort of good places because Son refused to help him. Such a lazy performance from Son. Lanzi saying Dean Henderson is class. Aguero wants to stay in England. That's why Chelsea wanted him, Lanzi. I think he'll probably end up at Spurs. Aging centre forward, replace Harry Kane. Probably that. If Man City bottle it, West Ham are winning it. I love the confidence, but that's not happening. Fancy, love the optimism. They have St. Maximin and Callum Wilson back. They also have Almiron. Almiron is crucial to Newcastle as well.
I don't know about Almiron,
but it's that defense. That defense doesn't feed me of any confidence at all. But before we wrap up, we're gonna go through man of the match. RJ, who's your man of the match?
Edison Cavani.
Good shout. Matt?
Greenwood.
Good shout. Pence?
It's either got to be between Pogba or Cavani, but I think it's got to be Cavani for me just because he was the more, he was the one that got it done at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's a fair one. What about you, Kenny?
I think I would have said Cavani, but I think Pogba does deserve a mention, so I'm going to say Pogba. He was utterly immense today.
And there's no surprises. I give it a Greenwood. I'm so excited about tomorrow because there's no one fighting me about Greenwood going on the right, not having it, not hearing it.
Well, Cavani
the weekly review show needs some United fans on it. That's all I'm saying because I need a bit of backup on this. So I'll be discussing this with some people very soon. RJ, you're the main one I need to discuss it with because I know you have my back on this. But no, Greenwood's getting him team of the week for me, and I won't hear it. I'll go all sort of authoritarian and just be like, no, executive decision, Greenwood on the right. Fuck the rest of you. But no, it was such a great performance from United. 3 points, a tough away trip against Jose Bin Laden's Tottenham Hotspur. And yeah, the football terrorist is back. Jose is back at Spurs, and he's going to lose his job. It's finished, though. It finished 3-1 to United. A fantastic Greenwood performance, a fantastic Cavani performance. Pogba world class. Lindelof, Lindelof in it, but we won't dwell on the negatives for United. Ollie, 2 of the top 6 beaten now. Just chucking that out there.
2 in a row.
He's scored 7 goals against the top 6. So yeah, I know Bruno still hasn't scored, but he can't score in every game. But before we do go, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. RJ, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me over Robotic Jaguar at Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. Also, I'm very close to hitting 8.5, so let's keep on going, boys.
Absolutely. Go check him out after. I think you're streaming after this, aren't you?
Yeah, gotta keep the grind going, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Matt, where can they find you, mate?
Just MSC6921 on Twitter.
Perfect. What about you, Pence?
At Pence2K on every platform, every single one now.
Yep. And what about you, Kenny?
Back on Twitter at Pogba's Class on Twitter and Kenny TV. We don't just do football on my channel. I do all sorts of stuff, so make sure to check out. But before you do, make sure to subscribe to this channel first.
Absolutely. Yeah, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Check out our Twitter at Let's Talk EPL. Check out our Instagram, Let's Talk EPL_. Join our Discord. We're also on TikTok. We're fucking everywhere. I got a message from Stephen Featley. I have 0 interest in sorting this out. We've said our piece, move on, get on with your life and stop being racist. So I'm just chucking that out there. I don't privately message you anymore. We deal with this in the public domain. You message me, I say on the stream that I don't want to deal with it, move on. And don't ever message me again. That's basically all I'm going to say there. You can find me at Nile_PAFC, having a great time watching Greenwood do a masterclass in the Premier League. But that's come to the end. We'll be back here at around about 9 o'clock for Arsenal Sheffield United match reaction. And until then, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in a bit.
Bye.
Oh, man, there we go.